What's up everybody, this is Ripples in Wales back for another video. I hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. It is Saturday. I trust you are all outside doing something fun at least today with your families and not on computers and digital devices. Cool, this video is a little bit of a special one to me actually. It's the 100th video I've produced so far and it was a milestone in my mind when I started this journey. And the premise was that I was trying to help as many people as I could to understand some of the things that were going on in the digital asset space. Maybe lean into a bit of the the riddlers and things like that, and also to provide massive value for my audience and hopefully at least take you all across the finish line for this next cycle up to 2026. A lot of people had lost a lot of faith after the last cycle, and I could see some incredible enthusiasm in my mind about what was to come. And I wanted to bring you along with the journey with me as I went, because there's so much I've been researching in this space, and I am so excited for you all. You are in the right place, you are at the right time, and good things are coming, I promise you. So, with it being the 100th video that I've done, I think it would be fitting to go over some of the BG123 stuff and to kind of lay down what my thoughts were right now about that and just have a bit of fun, you know. It's just keep it light. There's a lot of amazing stuff going on in the space in the real world with institutional adoption. I'm watching some insane videos. I will do another big video on newsfeed tomorrow. Just these two accounts alone are crushing it. This one, ISO 2002, let's do it. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But some of the videos he's been putting out, and I've been looking at this particular one yesterday by... this is the Vice... the article's written in Vice Ratings, and it talks about institutional interest bringing adoption to conflict to crypto. And one of the main insane things to hear this is so bullish for you all. Brace yourselves, the crypto bull market is making a grand entrance, even better than anything we've seen take off in 2024. And the big difference is we'll see this bull cycle that separates itself from previous institutional investment. The other little take home was that the writing is on the wall. A massive shift from traditional debt markets to alternatives like gold and crypto is underway. It is the dawn of a new era, and you don't want to miss this train. Who have we heard that say before? Rosie Rios. The train has left the bloody station. You all know what you're involved in. I hope you can pinch yourselves and bring this into your realities and your consciousness of what you are about to experience. You have front-run the entirety of institutional money. If you've been here since the last cycle and you've just sat on your hands patiently, kudos to you all. You've made it. All you have to do now is have a little bit of extra patience and let this cycle play out. Decide on what your targets are. If you're going to sell, if you're not going to sell, fine. Sit on it. It's going to get insane adoption. Yeah? You don't have to take profits if you're not in a position where you need to. That's everyone's goals and everyone's decisions. If you're not a trader and you're an investor, good on you. I'm more of an investor than a trader, and I'm a poor trader at that. So there's a likelihood a lot of my assets will be staked into the indefinite, and then my time horizon moves out way down into the future. Anyway, this is so bullish. Every article that I read right now that I'm coming across, it lights me up because there's so much going on, and now it's almost being legitimized by all these institutions, the ETFs on Bitcoin, the ETFs on Ethereum potentially. There's also synthetic products like ETPs. I'm not sure ETFs yet on XRP, but there will be. Remember, there's only going to be a couple of assets that really get the real green light from the world's superpowers, whoever you deem them to be. And this is where you're at. You're at a turning point in time where the space is about to get legitimized and you're going to see regulation. And in that shaping up of the industry, we are going to see a groundbreaking change. I do think that there is going to be a come to ground moment as the change in structure occurs. When stablecoins get the regulation and things, we are going to see some shifts, okay? And if you do see the shifts, just take full advantage of it. If you've got cash on the sidelines, a little bit of fiat, hit it. Hit any assets that you want. Anyway, let's jump into BG123. Okay, so this is his reverse account, 321U, Bull, Grub, whatever you're pronouncing. This is his forward-facing account, 123. I've always wondered myself, looking at these two banners in particular, okay? Sol, Avalanche. I don't know. They have said that to me for years, but I've never said anything. I don't know. Those two assets are going to have a very strong cycle. I don't think he was referring to it, although I always look into his work to see if he's referring slightly to other assets as well in there. Because Satoshi did it as well. If you looked in his books, there were other assets named like algo, quants and things like that. And this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. And this guy is just a fun jester and not an investment advisor as well. So please take great caution if anything I say like that. Anyhow, so what's to play out, and you know, how do you interpret this? Well, this has been laid out a long time ago, and I do believe that the creator of this account thought that the last cycle would have been probably the one where XRP became very, very dominant. I'm not sure there was supposed to be a huge delta on these things, and maybe the lawsuit was a curveball that they might not have been fully expecting in the fashion that maybe they thought. And of course, plans change, things change, circumstances change. Even these insiders wouldn't have a full scope of what's going to happen. I very much doubt that everything is kind of categorized and compartmentalized so that people only know a certain amount, you know, and it's quite visible, I think, that in his workings or their workings, whoever the cryptographers who have created that. And that's one thing to mention to you all. Cryptographers have created these, there's no doubt. Okay, it's done in very, very clever layering fashion, which is very symbolic of cryptography. If you understand that your investment, you're into cryptographic money, blockchain, crypto, that's what it all is, yeah? Okay, cool. So what have we got to expect? Well, this didn't come to fruition, which was quite frustrated about November the 7th, 2019, this first prize. And it kind of left me hanging that a little bit. But moving forward, the next thing that I'll keep my eyes for is December the 17th of this year. And this is for his famous Lodestar 3 letter. And we will keep our eyes on that. And that is a rather amazing letter to the world. And I think that is your green light. If you haven't seen it, you can click on it here and have a read. Lodestar 3, I've been over it in plenty of my videos before. Go and have a look at the very first few, maybe the first 10 of my videos. It's in there, and it starts with a very poignant start, or like a very positive start, right? And this is the paragraph to look at. Okay, and this doesn't mean that it happens immediately. There is always a lag to his work, remember. So his work is kind of maybe, this might be another year or two off. You know, the top of the cycle is 2026, isn't it? And we know in December 2025, or at least we're going to have a look at that in a minute, we've got great things to come as the XRP ledger really expands and grows into its skin. Ripple XRP and the supporters are in the most enviable position, to the dismay of everyone who cannot understand that Providence has decreed that XRP will be the crypto asset that will fuel the financial engine of this planet. Take a moment for that. Let's just break that down. This is so big. XRP and its supporters are in the most enviable position. What does that mean? It means they've been given a green light. It means they've been given a pass. It means they've been allowed through and they're being adopted by the world superpowers, by the world. And you can see this in the news, in Dubai, in the Middle East. It's everywhere. It's written all over these articles. But this gives you backbone as to understand that this was preordained to roll this financial system out of magnitude using this software. They would have had to go to every corner of the world as a workaround around the deep state. And we talked about the deep state before briefly, didn't we? You see this little box? It's a workaround. They're having to work around these scumbags. The DS. I don't even mention that channel. Damn, I slipped up there. The DS. Okay, it's a workaround. They're having to go all the way around the whole bloody thing. These lot have set this nasty, evil, I don't know, dirty banking system that has snared people for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their time is up now. Paradigm shift, guys. 5D. Things are changing. Okay? And it then says, to the dismay of everyone who cannot understand that Providence has decreed that XRP will be the crypto asset that will fuel the financial engine of this planet. The financial engine of this planet. Can you wrap your heads around that? Like, zoom out about what's about to occur. Just remember what you hold. This is insane. It's madness. To think where you are right now, and imagine that your consciousness has brought you to this point, and the people who are listening to this video, whether it's now or in the future or whenever, This asset will most likely be deemed the standard, as you've been told by many people, by Ross Vandermeer, by BG, by the Ripple Riddlers. They all left this same message to you all. The standard. Okay? And it says here, the crypto asset that will fuel the financial engine of this planet. Right? And then he goes on to say, what an incredible time to be alive. How fortunate we are to see this great unfolding and unraveling of a money system that has imprisoned countless people for eons with change, debt, doubt and despair. Ripple is the antithesis of this. XRP is the chance that people all over the world have been looking for to set things right. Boom. I get shivers reading this. Right, so when this Lodestar 3 goes live, which I believe will be December of this year, and that doesn't mean it happens, you get this perfect green light and XRP gets the standard, seal of approval. These things take time, and these letters are written ahead in time. Like all of his images, they're released, these were released in 2020. We're moving into 2024 now. Okay, but that just should leave a backbone of information for you to say that, holy shit, look where you're at right now. Take advantage of this time, guys. Take advantage of it. You're going to get so much bullshit narratives. The Sol narrative, the Avalanche, the gaming narrative, the Dogecoin narrative. You're going to be bombarded with information all around you. Your job is to filter and focus. Yeah? And when you focus, you'll have the attention to see this thing through. Yeah? This cycle is about XRP, and we can feel that. There are going to be amazing runners that do really well. You're going to be having investments that are going to smash it. The institutional money's coming in. They're going to pump everything. The hedge funds are going to go wild. They're going to Wolf of Wall Street kind of vibes. But remember, the backbone of this is to do with these assets, Bitcoin, XRP, and USDC, and that this is what the large the yellow flag could be. Could be. I don't know. I'm saying could be. Right. When this plays out, we're moving into spring of 2024. Okay, April the 12th, and we've got the ship scene playing out, which moves us into the next cycle. And as you can see, the ship's coming out of the storm by next spring, and with it, there's only 3 sails on board. One is the dollar, or USDC, 2 is your XRP, and 3 is your Bitcoin. So green is your Bitcoin, purple is your XRP, and yellow is your USD. They all were laid out for you in this very first picture here, if you're new to this game. Anyhow, we can see, if I just minimize this, you can see that how they're laid out. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And we're moving forward in time. December 23, I believe, December 2024, December 2025. Okay, there's a big jump in between these, and we'll focus on this one in a minute. So as I was saying, before the doorbell rang, this is the thumbnail or the image created by BG123 that all the real action happens in. Okay, and I mean action as in, the Phoenix has risen, the IPO has probably happened, there is a big party scene going on, the Nostro is unboxed, the wine has been drunk, and the XRP, the Christmas stocking, is way larger than the Bitcoin sock, both of which have turned away from the US dollar in that sense, which is rather interesting actually. It isn't just the XRP sock, both have turned their back on the US or the dollar. I don't know, fascinating. But my point in wanting to bring that up is, like, look, you are 2 years away. We're 2 Christmases away, in my humble opinion, apart from this incredible change that's occurring. And I'm sure you all can kind of take note and sense that you are moving in this direction. This is what's occurring. You see the next 2 phases play out. The ship scene and the inside the castle scene, which kind of signifies, the journey. It is the transition. That's what I want to say. It is a transition. How do we know it's a transition? Look at the knight. The knight goes from this beaten up, kind of weathered, battle-torn character to an adventurer in a very, how can I put it, in a very dominant pose with his sword held high, again into the next scene with a golden armor adorned with his sword held up high again, a very dominant stature. And these both tell you that what the cryptographers were trying to relay is, when regulations occur, there is going to be a massive change after a certain storm, maybe a bit of a pause in the markets, which I think will occur in January of 2024, going to the top scene. If you look at my cursor, where you've got the hand, you know, the SEC and the recycle machine, and you've got the knight defending the dollar and the XRP Christmas stocking, the purple stocking, and you've got the real kind of ringing of the recycle machine going on. Once that's occurred and you see the storm playing out, you know, and that the storm isn't just signifying that, it's the wars that are going on. You know, these things occur during wars and unsettlement, and occur very deliberately and uniformly in these times of massive economic change. And we are at the forefront of a new age, as mentioned to you. The ship scene, you know, it's now, the ship is setting sail with three tokens, if you wish. You've got Bitcoin, you've got XRP, and you've got the dollar. And, you know, I don't know if the size of the sales show that there's been a massive price rise by that point. It's hard to say, you know. There's certainly the largest being the US dollar shows that maybe the printing may occur in the next political elections. We don't really know. But the king's frozen out, maybe liquidity freeze, but the ship is setting sail. It's on a voyage, on an adventure. Now, and behind them they leave all these 20 million shit coins to their own devices, which then kind of you sift out the currencies from the commodities and securities, don't we? I think this is where it's all going. This is inside the castle scene that you've got to look forward to, where, you know, they're building out things. I think, you know, we haven't really gone to town on this for you all yet. This is where I kind of earned my BG123 badge decoding this, so I know a little bit about it. Again, I'm keeping your focus on this one right now, and our attention's on regulations. But you can see that this is inside a stony building, which refers to them already besieging the king's kingdom, and the kingdom refers to the financial kingdom. Yeah, they are as pirates taking on the old guard at their own game, which is the financial world. And the king's castle refers to his domain, his financial domain, and his his ownership. What he's it goes back to the early European times, doesn't it? In castles, you know, where I live, there are castles all over the lands, which signified occupation. And you know, there is huge forts where I live here now that were put in strategic places to protect things, people, to protect assets. In this sense, the king's castle is, you know, the old dynasty of money. So, as you can see, there's a great journey to go on, and we're just about to turn the page, I feel, you know. Very exciting times. Going back to the BG123 forward-facing account, you can see that, you know, you've got all this to play out in a chronology, and you've got this before December, this in December 15th, which takes us into the kind of the Lodestar 3. There's a little riddle there, and I'm not sure what quite it all means yet, but I think you know, it says, you know, 1 and 2 are given, which is Bitcoin and ETH. 3 is a quest, and, you know, 3 is XRP. Yeah? The Triskelion, the 3. And then you're moving into the same things. You know, you've got the ship scene, you've got the dollar with 4 teeth on 2024, hyper dollar printing. I believe it also could refer to the USDC taking on you know, its dominant role as a stable coin. Hard to say this one. I think it's more to do with the dollar. As they print into the next political cycle in the United States, we're going to see that money end up in the markets, and they can't do anything but print, in my humble opinion. Then you've got this to look forward to by next Christmas, so we're going to have a very interesting year. There's a lot that goes on in 2024. You know, the knight changes, you know, costumes twice in the space of 1 year, April and December. Exciting times. And then, and it goes on. There's a lot to be said about all this. You're in a very interesting epoch of time now. You all, I hope you are rather excited about this. You know, I've been buying little pots of XRP over the past few weeks and a bit of Flare. I'll turn my attention to other assets once I see a retrace. I think Bitcoin will have a little bit of a pullback soon, as I've said in my earlier video today, with the potential change in the Nasdaq as it tops out and comes down. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, that's the 100th video done. I hope all it's added value to. Please like and drop a comment in it. If you're not subscribed, your subscription would be greatly appreciated. And have a great weekend, whatever you're all doing. I'll see you all in the next video. Be blessed.